And I am live. Hello, hello, hello. And who do we have with us today? I am going to wait for the notification to go out. Today, I think, is Thursday. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. Welcome, my love. I'm going to wait for everybody to get the notification. I think I made this public. Let me check because I stay be doing that. I stay do that. If you're coming on in, could you please put a thumbs up on the video? Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Only. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I'm going to send out a group text later. Hey, Carol. You guys can expect a group text later. For the things that we talked about. How are y'all doing? Come on in and join the party. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? Happy Thursday to you, my love. Happy Thursday to you. Come on in. Hey, Jay, how are you? What's going on? What is the topic for today? The topic for today is going to be Trine. Yeah, L7. Hey, Apple. Hey, Donna. Hey, Deep calling Auntie Deep, honey. Have not seen you in here for a minute. The topic of conversation today is Trine your L7. And we're going to get into that and what that means. And we're going to get into the aspects of, there are 12 people in here. Can I get 12 thumbs up, please? Hey, Samantha Smith, how are you? Hey, Ashley. So if you guys don't know what a trine is a 120-degree orb within astrology, and a trine means creation and harmony. Okay, so a trine is a triangle. Okay, so a trine is a triangle, and you know that we talk about sacred geometry here. Okay, so you know when we are dealing with the triangle, we are dealing. So you guys know, sorry. So you guys know when we're dealing with a triangle, we are dealing with a sacred geometrical symbol. It is a three-sided symbol. And you guys know that 3 is a vibration in which you can begin to see physical matter appear, okay? So when I talk about Trine, or when you hear me say trine, I'm literally talking in code for triangle sacred geometry, and that means creation and harmony. Okay, so we're going based on the astrology standpoint of view. Yes, and we will get into that in the meditation. So we're gonna talk about that in the meditation, and there will be activations accordingly. Only. Okay, so and then an L7 is if you put an L and a 7 together, you get a square. Okay, and in astrology, if I'm not mistaken, a square is 90 degrees. Okay, that's a total. The orb is about 90 degrees, and the number 9 represents completion, or that final step before fulfilling, or that last step that you need to do to make things manifest. Right now, if you think about if you think about the number 3, you can think about like the Holy Trinity of manifestation, and I'm going to use it in coordinates with the chakras. So the Holy Trinity of what I would consider to be manifestation will be your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your third eye chakra. And why would I consider that to be the Holy Trinity of manifestation? First of all, the heart is the epicenter of your heart, you can say, is your true brain. Your heart is really what pulls in the electromagnetical frequencies and then kind of sends the impulses throughout the other body. This is why if you are a studier and you seek the truth, and then I'm also going to research and see if heart vibrates on the word heart. So I want to pay attention to that. Anyway, note to self. But the heart governs or rules how things will manifest in this realm. Okay, so I really don't care how much chakras you think you have in balance. If your heart chakra is not balanced, it's going to trump all of the other chakras, okay? Because the heart is the epicenter. That is the brain of how you move and rule in this realm, okay? And this is like scientifically proven. You guys know that they've done research to scientifically prove that the heart sends out the strongest vibration or electrical pulsation from your body, okay? Now, with that being said, okay, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the third eye chakra is what I would consider to be the holy trinity of manifestation. Let me break that down to you. Hey, poetic. Now, let me just tell you guys, first of all, a lot of this information that I am bringing to you is years of studying. It is also years of experience. It is, you know, me going back to school to study, to become an audio engineer, you know, or a producer, and then learning how sound and electricity works, okay? This is also me going to get licensed in neuro-linguistic programming, which is just human behavior, okay? So on top of me getting certified to become a Reiki energy healer, so I've taken everything that I've learned along the way, and as well as the things that I study and I read, and you kind of start to see the allegories, and you begin to see how everything is relevant within all of the systems. You begin to see as above, so below, or as within, so without. You begin to see that even you can see things that are playing out on a grander scale. You can also see those things playing out on a smaller scale, okay? So the things that are happening collectively, you can then start to see those things happening on a smaller scale within your community, and then on a smaller scale maybe within your relationships, and then on a smaller scale within yourself, okay? On some level, because we are all affected collectively by the energy in the atmosphere, okay? So what does that mean when it comes into your chakras, okay? Just basic chakra information. Basic chakra information is that your chakras are portals, they're gateways. They hold energy, they store energy, they transform energy, they direct energy, okay? And if you are rocking with a chakra system. Hey, Kimberly, if you're rocking with a chakra system that is balanced and that is in order, that can also then begin to allow your Kundalini energy to rise, which is what you would consider to be your Christ-like or your God-like energy, okay? Once your Kundalini rise from the base of your spine, and some of you are probably experiencing this right now, and you may not even know that's what you're experiencing, okay? So it can start with like low abdominal cramping or pain that starts in your stomach area and then kind of shoots to your back, or a lot of heavy lower back pain that you can't explain and you know that you're well, or maybe little tingles in the base of your spine that you can't explain, okay? And then you may feel like little prickles or little tingles going up your back, and some of you, just depending on how blocked your chakras are, you can literally feel the pain or pressure move up each chakra, okay? And then it travels up the base of your spine, and then it gets to the top of, like, it gets to the top of your spine. And the best way that I can explain this is when it gets to the top of your spine, it feels like an explosion going on in the back of your head. And then as it explodes, you feel the tingles, or you feel like, I want to say like little, like when you look at the veins. Have you guys ever noticed that the veins in your brain and the veins in your body kind of resemble the tree of life? Have anybody ever noticed that? Have you guys ever made that correlation? Like the veins in your body and the veins in your brain kind of resembles the tree of life. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. But anyway, as it gets to the top of your spine or the base of your spine, right, you literally feel this energy kind of maybe even trickle up, or sometimes you might not feel it trickle up, just depending on how much it's rising. You may feel just maybe a vibration or an explosion of energy, poof, on the top of your head. Now, this can feel, when it first happening, it may even feel like you're having an aneurysm, right? Because there should be no way that you should feel anything exploding in your head. I'm just saying, okay? Yes, it can feel electrical and staticky. Yeah, okay. So as it gets to the top, you can feel an explosion or a little tingling, yeah. okay, and some, or a little itching, right? And it sometimes can just be in the top crown area, or sometimes it'll trickle down to your third eye area. Some people may feel like they have a headache, or it's pressure like in your third eye. Like right now I'm having like a pressure in my third eye. For me, as it comes up, it kind of explodes at my macabre, and then I feel the energy starts to explode at the back of my temple, and then I kind of feel it like until it gets to my crown, right? And then sometimes I don't even feel the energy travel from my spine. I can just definitely feel my pineal gland tingling, like a little tingle, and you feel it, okay? Now, yes, it can also feel heat. So everyone experiences it differently. Okay. Now, my Kundalini energy, I have come to notice there is activation within the full moon cycles and the new moon cycles. Okay. So for me, hence probably why I do my full moon and my new moon meditations. Okay. Because there is something that happens electrical, some type of electrical magnetic transfer that happens. Okay. Whether or not, like I always say, whether or not the moon is a satellite, or the moon is a planet, or the moon is an asteroid, there is definitely something where the moon governs the electrical magnetic pole. Okay. Like right now, I don't know if anybody else is feeling it, like right now, right here, and even right here, I could feel like headache all of a sudden. Okay. So I don't even know why I went down there. So anyway, I talked about the Kundalini energy, but I want to revert back to your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your third eye chakra. Okay. Your heart chakra governs everything. Your heart chakra is responsible for your feelings. Okay. I will go as far as to say the heart chakra is also governed by the Leo energy. You feeling the pressure on the top of your head? Yeah, me too. The heart chakra is also governed by the Leo energy and the Cancer energy. That's that moon and sun energy, the electric magnetic pole energy. Okay. Now, you want to be able, right, to understand that although you may speak a thing, or although you may say you're meditating and you're thinking of a thing, if your heart chakra is not in alignment with what you're speaking or casting, okay, because you're casting spell with your words, and we've talked about that in past videos, right? Your spelling is actually spells, okay? So when you speak, okay, you're actually casting spells, and you can bind yourself into things or into experiences based on your language and how you use your words. Okay, this is exactly how you can get locked into a contract. Okay, this is exactly how you can get locked into a contract verbally in court, and then be held liable. Okay, because your words, there is a universal law of writing. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. Okay. As above, so below. So if you can get trapped in a court system, or if you could get trapped of promising someone something, well, you know what they say, your word is your bond. Literally, your word is your bond. You were casting spell with your words. Okay. So even though you are casting spells with your words, and you may be sitting in meditation, and you're thinking about and envisioning yourself in this place, and you're thinking about and envisioning yourself having these things, and if in your heart chakra you don't feel worthy of, you don't feel deserving of, okay, a few things are going to happen. One, you may not be able to manifest that which you have cast the spell out or spoken to the atmosphere or seen with your third eyes, because you don't feel worthy, right? Two, you may experience it, but it may be short-lived, because the vibration is not a vibration of where you believe you're worthy. So that experience is going to be kind of like translucent. It's going to come in, and then it's going to go out. It's going to come in, and then it's going to go out. It's going to come in, and because you're not fully feeling like you're worthy of having the experience. Okay, are you guys understanding? Like, does this make sense to you guys? right? I really want to explain this energy because we're coming into a lot of this Cancerian energy. We're coming into the new moon and the solar eclipse energy on Sunday. And one of the things I've been telling you guys is with this energy, there is going to be a lot of emotionally charged energy, okay? Highly emotionally charged energy. So much to the point that I told you guys can see domestic abuse and domestic violence reach a peak, a high peak within this Cancerian energy, okay? Especially this Cancerian energy, all right? But really throughout the heart chakra season. So you're going to have a lot of feelings coming in with the Cancer energy. And then as we shift into the Leo energy, you're going to have a lot of that ego, okay? That needs to be balanced. Yes, it's about a clearing out, okay? Okay, so as I did the poll today, because I really didn't know what to come on and talk about, I really, you know, like there's some things going on and happening behind the scenes. I'm telling y'all. And let me just say this. I really want to say this. I really, really want to say this. There is urgency right now in the spiritual realm to really get out your spiritual toolkit and toolbox and to begin to exercise whatever belief system you know you're using, okay? Hey E Johnson, welcome. You are new to the community. Okay, so E Johnson, this is a community of love and this is a community of support. And if you are not a troll, we welcome you with open arms. We are here to learn, grow, expand, and heal, okay, on this journey. All right. I know I've been saying that for a lot of weeks now, guys, about literally being able to use the tools in your spiritual toolkit. I know Jay. Thank you, Jay. If you're just jumping on, could you guys hit the thumbs up button, please? That would be greatly appreciated. That helps to spread awareness to all our other empaths. Jay, I know you know about this one because Jay, you've already been utilizing your own inner magic, or your own archaic memory is now coming back into play. Okay, let's talk about a few things. Okay. I already just explained to you guys that the energy coming in with this solstice is going to be crazy. I even predicted to you guys that there is going to be some type of emotional trigger happening. Okay, so be prepared for more fear to be put out into the collective. I'm predicting either they're going to either somebody major within entertainment or governmental structure, or somebody high in prestige and elite type status may be transitioning within this energy, okay? Because it is an energy right now where it's energy harvesting time, okay? Now, with that being said, if someone does not transition, what you can see happening is that there's going to be an energy coming back from the past in which they can harvest from. So they're going to, so the energy may be brought back up of someone that either got killed or someone that died tragically or someone that we love, or bringing back in a remembrance of someone from what they would deem to be an elite type status, being put back into the collective. And that is to pull on the heartstring, to trigger an emotional response, okay? Because it is energy harvesting time, and we've been through the whole energy harvesting in past videos. So I'm pretty sure by now, if you're not new to my channel, we talk about the energy harvesting all of the time, okay? So you guys should know what that means by now, okay? So with that being said, you really want to be mindful if you are an empath or you are, hey, Angela Moon, you want to be mindful if you're an empath or if you are a, light worker, starseed, like ascending, like, whatever you consider yourself to be. You want to be mindful of the energy that's in the atmosphere, because we're talking about massive and extreme emotional triggers happening. Okay, there's going to be extreme highs and extreme lows. There's also going to kind of be like a volatile or maybe even like when it comes to the men, like maybe even like a machismo. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, like machismo. It kind of feels like energy where they're beating on their chest, you know, like that bang, 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 like I am man, hear me roar. So you could find that men will become a little bit more aggressive with this, you know, within this energy. Okay. Now, and this can definitely be leading up until when Venus comes out of retrograde around the 25th, because they're going to be in their feelings also. But as they're in their feelings, with Mercury being in retrograde, the communication level may not be there. So people that don't know how to communicate during this transition, they're really going to feel frustrated because they're going to feel like they're not understood. And if you're dealing with someone that's immature and feel like they're not understood, and their best results is to hit you because they feel that they're not understood, that is the type of behavior that you're going to be seeing, right? Or if they're if they feel like they want to ghost you because they don't want to deal with stuff. Okay, so be mindful that there are going to be extreme highs and extreme lows. Okay. Hence depression. And I even want to say be mindful if you feel like anyone pops up in your spirit over this weekend, especially if you know this person is not as strong as you are, as not as sound and planted and grounded as you are spiritually, and you feel the need to reach out to this person over the weekend, please do so, because we're also going to have, with that extreme emotional energy coming in, you're going to have those lows, those depressive lows, suicides. There could be a lot of suicidal energy in the atmosphere within this Cancer season. Okay, this Cancer energy that we're coming into, right, is really going to be about the family home. That's fourth house energy, right? And let me just tell y'all something. Your fourth house is your powerhouse. Y'all can, like, you know, go do your research on the fourth house. Your fourth house is your powerhouse. Okay. Your fourth house really governs your inner world and your outer world. Okay. So definitely you want to be mindful. You want to be mindful of that energy also. Everyone on a whole, okay. Everyone on a whole, just so you know, is experiencing this on a collective level. It's just playing out differently. It's just playing out differently. Okay. So for some of you, it's dealing with your mother and father issues. For some of you, it may be healing, you know, the sister with your brother, you know, the relationship with your sister or your brother. For some of you is, you know, maybe ending a relationship that you know you should end. For some of you is maybe having that conversation within the relationship that you know you should have. Okay. Hey, Ashanti, how are you? Okay. Hey, Chris. Right. So these are the types of things that this energy can bring in. Okay. Now, I have to say to you guys, like, real talk, although the energy is going to be because the word that's coming to mind really is chaotic, right? Well, maybe not even chaotic. Maybe extreme is a better word. Okay. Maybe extreme, right? There is some wonderful things happening. So the title of the video is Trine your L7. Okay, so once again, L7 represents a square within astrology. Okay, so when you put an L and a 7 together, you get a square. Okay, and the reason why I am calling the square an L7 is because you have flexibility, right? When you think about two squares together, right, or a semi-square, when you think about a semi-square together, right, you got like 1 7 and then you got like 1 L. I don't even know how to do it with my hands, but it literally makes a box, right, or a square, right? So if you have a 7, you can then take the top off of that box to let beautiful things in, and then you can put the top back on to protect yourself, right? Now, if you have an L at the bottom, you can literally move the L and drop the things out, release the things that you don't need to hold on to anymore. And after you're finished releasing, you can put your protection back on to make sure that you're covered, right? Now, the square in astrology means obstacles, right? And the trine in astrology means creation and harmony. Right? So if you're literally creating, now remember we talked about sacred geometry here, right? Now, I told you guys that in elementary school, they taught us about geometry, but they did not teach us the power in how we can use geometry. They did not. They did not. They did not. If they taught us in geometry class that a square has 4 sides, yes, but a square is also, you can use a square also for the use of boxing things in or creating obstacles for oneself. Okay. All right. If they explained it to you in that terms, right? Don't you think that your life would have looked at it, it would have been looked at or maybe observed or maybe moved differently because you had a greater understanding that as above, so below. So now listen, because this is important. You guys need to get this. This is when you start to deal with waking into a higher level of things, and you start to be able to put things together spiritually. You start to understand the goal is to connect all of the dots, as above, so below. If you can find it higher up, honey, baby, you can find it lower down too. Okay, everything is going to be a reflection of that thing. All you need to do is connect the dots and find the allegory. Okay, so listen to my theory here. Okay. Kimberly, we're about to handle some of that. Okay. And that's based on some of the things that we talked about behind the scenes on Monday. I'm getting that together. So expect a call or text, probably a call, because y'all know I don't like texting. Okay. Expect a call or text from me. Y'all know y'all are today. I'm gonna make that today. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make, if they taught us that a square, right, or when we box ourselves into something, or even when we use the word I feel boxed in, that we are now trapped in obstacles. Like if they fucking taught you that a square was an obstacle, right? I would think that you would have more of an understanding of how to cast your spells, right? Or how to see things, right? Now, if anybody taught you that but let me just tell y'all something. You see these fucking symbols all over the place. Pay attention to where you see squares all over the place symbolically. Pay attention to what big corporations you see certain symbols symbolically. That is not by mistake. These symbols and these sacred geometry have power, okay? So when you think about a trine or a triangle, all right, that's creation, that's balance and harmony. So if you're putting a triangle, okay, in your square, what you doing? What are you doing? Right? This is why you got to man your L7. If you're putting a triangle in your L7, aka your square, what are you doing, y'all? What are you doing? Many household items are square. Boom, there you go. That's why you need to bring some balance, bring in some sacred geometry. Yep, Trent. Boom, there you go. Okay. So now watch how this works. Okay. I don't have a picture in front of me. I am pretty sure if you Google sacred geometry, you will find a symbol online that is a square. And then what you do is you see them have a triangle within the square, and then another triangle within that triangle, and then another triangle within that triangle, and another triangle within that triangle, and another triangle within. What the fuck y'all think they doing? That's sacred geometry. You've seen that, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So that means at every obstacle, right? Right. That's that L7 right there. That's the L7 right there. So because you got so much balance and harmony and so much trines within that box or that square, you ain't never going to be stuck because you can always create balance and harmony. See, they ain't never told you that. They ain't never tell you to take your L7s or your squares or your obstacles and create balance and harmony out of that shit. How you and literally, I pulled these cards, rejoice and celebrate. Before I started, I pulled rejoice and celebrate. I pulled harmony. I pulled triumph and success. I pulled the universe. And these are jumping cards. These cards jumped out. These cards jumped out. You are not going to be able to get to the other realm on other levels if you don't have some type of understanding of how this world works. We're no longer in a time where you can say you want to be spiritual or say you know thyself if you don't have some type of understanding of how the system works. And I'm not saying you can't get by just on intuition. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Your intuition will lead you to the knowledge that you need at every level that you're on. However, you will only be granted access in the places to which you can expand, right? So let me explain how this works. If you think fairies are not real, right, and you think fairies don't bring protection, then you will have no access to that realm, okay? If you think otherworldly beings do not exist outside of the human race, okay, then you will not have access to those realms, okay? If you think goddess type energy does not exist, right, then you will not have access to those realms. All right. If you think, let's see, that angels don't exist, then you don't have access to that realm. Right. Or if you think angels are the only entities that exist, then that is the only realm you will have access to. If you think demons or is the only realm that you will understand that demons or evil, then that is the only type of access that you would have to that realm. Okay. Now, even when we begin to understand, even when we begin to understand, how I put this. Because right now I'm studying the and Afro is not on here, but I'm studying sacred geometry when it comes to letters and numbers. And I've mentioned in past videos, one of the things that you do want to do when you are reading words is you want to pay attention to the reverse. Okay. So I've spoken to you guys on the channel before for words like evil. And when you reverse the word evil, you get live or, or when you look at the word dog, when you reverse the word dog, you get God. And these energies vibrate on the same frequency. So dog and God vibrates on the same frequency. So when you start to pay attention to the allegory of things, right, you start to understand that everything that you may see and think that it means one thing actually does not mean the thing that you think it means. Okay. So if you're seeing evil, then you're not living. Right. And I think I told you guys that yesterday or maybe day before yesterday. The goal is always to find the balance in between and not to label anything. This is not the time to label anything. You're going to have to create your own harmony within your obstacles. Right. You're going to have to do that. You have to create your own harmony within your obstacles. You're going to have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, okay, what is my portion and what do I need to do for myself here? Hey, Vivian, how are you? Hey, Donna, how are you? Okay. Donna said she's here to unlearn and relearn. Okay. So the goal here is eventually we would get into a place where everybody's going to have some type of knowledge of astrology, or at least how energy works and how energy moves. You will not need to be a rocket scientist. Sometimes, it may just be as simple of having an understanding that there's an energy field that you can tap into, like the internet, right? Like the internet. There's some type of energy field like you can tap into, like the internet. I'm watching the time here because I do have to jump off and do another video. So I am watching the time. Y'all have any questions for me thus far? And I really, I want to talk about some things too, but I don't know. Like I need to sit in it. Like, let me sit in it overnight. there is something major happening over the weekend as far as the spiritual realm is concerned. Okay. This is going to be a humongous activation. And let me just say this, the activation that's happening on the summer solstice is going to be like a completion of the upgrade that came in on the lunar. So the lunar eclipse, okay? So the solar eclipse is going to be a completion of the activation that started on the lunar eclipse, all right? Now, if you were super, super duper sensitive in the spiritual realm, some of you would have already started to see your gifts coming online, okay? You may already start to see remnants of new shit unfolding, okay? It's going to get even clearer as we come into this new energy on Sunday. It's kind of exciting. Have anybody started affecting electricity yet? Have any of my empaths, have you guys started affecting the electricity? I don't know if anybody has been noticing. Yeah, I'm excited too. I do want to say this. Look at, yeah, passion ignited, y'all. I do want to say this. There is also a massive wave of protection that's coming into with this energy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Blinking lights. Yeah. That's going to get even more. Yeah, that's going to get even more intense, guys. Jay and only that's going, yeah, the stronger we grow in power, the more that you guys are going to start to feel that. Okay. And the energy from the sun is different, and we talked about the sun not looking the same the other day. The energy from the sun is different. Yeah. Yep. I've been seeing yeah. Now, something that I did not learn, and I forgot to share this with Kelly, because she always tells me I just need to ask. Something I did not, I learned. One of my experiences when, and I get this experience a lot. I get this experience a lot where I feel like I'm walking into cobwebs, right? Where I'm just walking into cobwebs. Okay. Now, I always thought that there was a message coming through, but I don't think I really put the two and two together. So I came across information a couple of days ago where the person was explaining that feeling like you're walking into cobwebs, or like, like you're just spider webs, that is a great indication that you have stepped into a different energetic field per se. So this can be either a being from a different dimension, okay, or this can be someone that has transitioned. You just have to go ahead and discern the energy, right? And if you've done any of my meditation or taken any of my classes, I talked about, you can use the chair meditation from this. We talk about the chair meditation to distinguish, right, the energies. Okay, so if you've done that meditation with me, then that is a way for you. Hey, Kelly Cows. If you've done that meditation with me, that's a way for you to distinguish the energies. Okay. So yeah, walking in to those to the web light feelings, that's an indication that you've stepped into a different energetic field. Now, what I will say, and we talked about this before, guides are here. We have super duper duper extra protection here. And if I could be honest with you guys, and here goes some of our sci-fi-ish shit that we talk about, right? So I'm about to go sci-fi-ish here for a little while, okay? If I have to be really honest with you, you are probably already interacting with beings not from this dimensional realm, and not from this vibration. If you're an empath, whether it is directly or indirectly, meaning whether it's directly by coming into a direct, exchange with them, or whether it's indirectly by them stepping into your energetic field, okay? Deep calling onto deep said, it's very important to have a heart that's connected to love. It seems to help me project the energies with intensity, enables instant manifestation. Yes, lights flickering all the time. Perfect. Yep, you're right. So Now, deep calling onto deep. I don't know if you've gotten to the point with it where I kind of understand love is really all there is. That's the ultimate goal. And not just love of a self, but there's a unified oneness, a unified I don't even want to say unified consciousness. The only way I can think about it is really unified oneness. It's unified oneness. It's unified oneness. Yeah. I'm not in competition with anybody. Anybody's not in competition with me. Namaste. I see God in you, whether or not you see God in me. It's literally becoming all things to all men. It's literally, I want to say being comfortable with who you are in your skin. Okay. So you guys need to understand that this the energy that's coming in is giving us an opportunity to do that. Being weird or being different is actually going to be, if I want to say, it's going to be pretty cool in the next couple of years. Definitely in the next couple of months, you're going to start embracing you. This is the thing. If you've experienced any type of hardship or any type of oppression, right, and you have always been the person to look within self-work and work on yourself, you are going to be fine as you transition through this energy, okay? And then there's just, and then on top of that, what you guys need to also understand, for my empath and my light workers that are scheduled here, to be here at this time, to do what it is that you're here to do at this time, I promise you. And this is something that I know. This is something that I know, that I can actually say in real time that I've experienced. You have protection. You have protection. You absolutely, utterly have protection. You do. Right. But I also say this, let me add this because they're telling me to tell you this too. But you're going to have to stay tapped in and tuned in so you're not operating out of fear. That's going to be important, because fear will sometimes get you in a place to either move too quickly or move too slowly. Right. So you just want to be mindful of that. Are you driving, Kelly Cows? Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to you about that later, honey. Yep, it's loads of protection. And Jay, we have more protection coming in on with the summer solstice energy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I see you dancing over the summer solstice, Jay. I don't know what you've been planning on doing, but I hear drums. And I see you dancing, and I see the ancestors with you. You're welcome, Kimberly. You're welcome. Yeah. I see you dancing, RJ. I hear drums and I see you dancing. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's like an initiation. It's like an initiation. Oh, okay. Jay said, okay, yeah, yeah. There's going to be a huge initiation happening in this energy. And this is exactly why it's energy harvesting. Okay. So you're either going to give energy, or you're going, or you're going to take. Which side of the fence, so when this energy portal opens, is you can either take the energy and utilize it and place it where it needs to be, or you can give your energy away. Which one are you going to do? Right now, let's talk about how this works, because a lot of times I talk about protect your energy and give your energy and man your L7 and your Trine. And so let's talk about how that looks in a real time, day-to-day aspect of your life, right? Let's talk about that. Okay. So to introduce this part of the discussion, we're going to talk about the hazels. We're going to talk about the gargamels. We're going to talk about the narcissists. And we're going to talk about the energy vampires. Okay. Because they're all going to play a role, right, in how this is going to play out. Okay. The circle is back. It's already happened for me. Yep. All I'm thinking about is energy utilizing. And yeah, it's saying react. Okay. Okay. So Kimberly, perfect. Okay. I have no idea what the dancer was for laugh aloud. I'm taking this free. Yeah. Yeah. It's activation, Jay. That's activation. It's activation, and also for you, I hear also J, initiation. Okay, I hear initiation. So so how are we manning our squares? A few things by minding your own business. So how is this playing in your life? Okay, let's okay. Your phone rings. Your phone rings, right? Your phone rings. You see Latasha on the phone. You see Latasha on the phone, right? Immediately your spirit says to you, Jay, don't answer that phone, Jay, Jasmine. You know, every time she calls you, she don't got nothing but shit to talk about. She always take. Deep calling on deep. Girl, don't answer that phone. You know she ain't got shit to say, but she always a victim. But what do you decide to do? Your ass decides to answer the phone. That's how this is going to play out. Okay? So this is why you're manning your squares. If your phone rings, okay, even if it's your mama, and spirit says don't answer, okay, you don't answer. You can call back, even if you need a 5-minute breath. Okay, like this is how it's happened. Okay, because you answer the phone, right? You answer the phone. Hey girl, what's up, girl? You know, this motherfucker over here, because ain't men ain't shit. And yeah, because shit is just so fucked up right now. All of that, an hour of that, when you could have spent an hour in meditation. An hour in meditation, but you're dealing an hour of this bullshit, right? That you're just going to have to hear this again when? Tomorrow. You're going to have to hear this again tomorrow. Now ask me the question. Did Latasha do anything different this time around than the same shit she's been talking about since 2 months? Did she make any changes? Okay. So, how you gonna man your square? Your phone calls. Another way you gonna man your square. Jasmine, I know you're gonna like this one, Jasmine, I know you're gonna like this one. A post on social media pops up. All of a sudden, your DM is popping off and your phone is blowing up over your post on social media, honey. Okay? What you gonna do? You gonna defend your post or feel the need to defend your post for people that don't fucking understand, don't understand and don't get you anyway? Like, that's energy vampires. That's the narcissist, right? That's the, if your post ain't about me or about my God or, whatever that is, okay, don't, yeah. I'm just saying. Social media, watch that. You got to watch that. You got to watch them phone calls, right? And you got to watch the news. You got to watch the news, right? You got to watch the news. You even have to watch, I'm going to tell y'all something else. You even have to watch your emotions as the energy sweep in, right? Especially my empaths. Because you guys are so sensitive, right? Because you guys are so sensitive, you can still have the Gargamel, the narcissist, the energy vampire, or the hazels pulling on you, even though they're not in your physical presence. So you need to understand that, okay? You need to understand that, okay? So who is a hazel? Let's talk about who's a hazel if you're new to the channel. Hazel is the chick or the dude that every time you see them, they ain't got nothing but negative, pessimistic shit to say. The world is always in doom or gloom. Okay? That's the hazel. Okay? You ain't never gonna be shit. The world ain't never gonna shit. Everything is always gonna fall to shit. Ain't no good shit. Yeah, ain't nothing beautiful popping off at all. That's it. That's a hazel. They're always pessimistic. That's a hazel. Okay? A Gargamel. Okay, a Gargamel is a hazel graduated. Hazel has graduated when you get to Gargamel status, okay? Not only is a Gargamel a pessimist, right? But Gargamel finds your ass to rain pessimism all over your shit, okay? So Gargamel come find your ass and stomp you out to tell you why you ain't never gonna be shit, why your shit ain't never gonna pop off to be shit, why men ain't never gonna be shit, okay? Why you ain't never gonna find a good man, So, there's levels to this shit, and you got to know how to identify people, okay? Then you got your narcissists. Every time you speak to the narcissist, everything is about them. You can't get a word in. They don't even hear you talking, honey. They don't even hear you talking at all, okay? Right? then you got the narcissist. It has to be all about them, okay? Then you got the energy vampires, okay? The energy vampires, all they want to do is just come dump their same shit up on you week after 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 week, right? You don't even get it. The question ain't even girl, you okay? Oh, girl, how was your day? No. Girl, let me tell you what happened today. Oh, girl, let me tell you about this motherfucker right here. Oh, girl, you know what this asshole did? Oh, girl, you know what my boss did? Okay? Be mindful of the energies. This energy is not going to come in from people you don't know. This energy is going to come in from the people that you deem close to you. That's how spiritual warfare comes in. Deep calling on this. Deep said, force field up, laugh out loud, gargle and energy vampires. Okay, so let's introduce a new word to the community. Okay? And Kelly, you know what I'm talking about because this one came from the studio. We're going to introduce the new word Catalina. Okay? And when you hear me say the word Catalina, that means the setup. Okay? Don't get caught up in the Catalina. That's the setup. Do not get caught up in the setup. That's what we're going to call a Catalina. Okay? Catalina simply means that you were getting caught in somebody's setup of what they done had in their mind. And when they tell you what they had in their mind, you know it's some crazy shit, but you're trying to justify crazy with somebody. You ever see the setup? Snatching your energy. Jay said, I'm choosing myself. This is why I block those mofos and and I'm damn unbothered. Don't want to hear it. Yep. Okay, Kelly, enjoy your date. Enjoy your date. I would like to hear all about it later. Okay. Understand that. Okay, don't get caught up in the Catalina, y'all. Don't get caught up in the Catalina. Some things, y'all, some things happened last night, and I can't get into it right now. Wait, Catalina just looked out. It just took me out. Catalina is the setup. I'm telling you, Catalina is a setup. When you hear me say Catalina, that's the setup. That's the setup, okay? Catalina means setup, the setup, okay? All right, she done Catalina'd your ass. She done set your ass up, okay? With that being said, there's some things that unfolded. I'm going through an awakening process. I want you guys to know, if you have felt led to practice any type of, and hear me out here, please hear me out because this is not for everybody. Not everybody on here are at the same levels. And I say this to you is you want to practice anything that you do with the spiritual realm, you need to have reverence for it. You need to understand that everything is an exchange of energy. You need to understand that you really need to be operating within the spiritual realm with a pure heart. I talked about people, you know, because there's not and this is just my understanding and my wisdom as I come into a greater level of awareness of self, okay, and what my guides teach to me and what I've been studying, right? There is no such thing as black or white magic or black or light magic, okay? There is, however, a difference in a person that executes magic. Okay, which means depending on the person's heart and the person's intent, okay, is how the focus of that magic is going to be. So if you're doing magic with an ill heart or ill intent, right, that is going to be projected outwardly as such. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. Okay, so there's no such thing as black or white magic or dark magic versus light magic. The only thing there is there's people. You know, and when people are wounded, when people are hurt, when people are diabolical, when people are insidious, when people are just fucking crazy, when people are words that I cannot even begin to articulate because there is no words for, you know, like I can't even gain the concept of how dark people can be sometimes. They misuse and they abuse something that is sovereign to us, something that is a part of us all, right? So I say all of that to say, if you have been doing anything where you have been manipulating energy, and you have been doing that to cause others harm, and you've been doing that to bound another person's free will, your time is over. Okay. Yeah, the ancestors are here and they're sick of that shit and they're putting an end to that shit. Okay. Now, not only is the time is over, those of us that are here to do or to stand as gatekeepers or to be light bearers or whatever that is that we're here to do, I need people to understand is that we are protected beyond your anything that you can even imagine. Okay, I really need people to understand that beyond anything that you can imagine. All right. So if you can put all of your mystical, magical show, if you can put together all of your superhero show, if you can put together all of your Batmans, and if you can put and combine all of those movies, that is where we are standing at in the spiritual realm and being protected times 1,000. Okay. And I really need you guys that are light workers. And if you're here for this initiation and for this ascension that you are right now, and if you're here and you're called to do something, I need you guys to understand that you are protected. And they fucking proved that to me last night. Okay. So now let me just also say something here. Okay. This is where you have a choice to how you're going to operate in your heart about things when they're done to you, right? Because what you need to understand with the exchange of energy is you have the right to protect yourself. You do. You have the right to protect yourself, right? However, us empaths right now, we need to be mindful of the spells we're casting and the energy we're putting out. Because we have so much protection right now, we don't really have to cast words of malice to anyone. All we got to do is just ask our protectors to handle everyone in their just and due right in which they dished out. Hey, KJ. Okay. All you got to do is ask for everyone to get their true to get their true just what's the word, their true justice returned to them. Okay. And I say that because what the universe is showing me is this, y'all. If you allow your guys and you allow the protectors that are here to deliver justice in the way that it needs to be delivered, you don't have to worry about karma. You don't have to worry about going over to the dark side. You don't have to worry about any type of recompense coming back your way because you've misused this realm, of you've misused this gift. You don't have to worry about none of that, right? I will say, yeah. So once you get up on your protection spell, there's some ways that you can word things where you do not have to be held karmically accountable for anything because your intentions were pure. Okay. So I want to preface that first. Okay. Now that I've got that out there about white, and dark and black magic, I want to say this. If you're an empath and you're a light worker and you know that you were supposed to be practicing magic, this is the time for you to study. This is the time for you to get in your shit. Okay. This is the time. I never really got up in, for a while. I've been telling y'all, use your spiritual cue, your spiritual kit, chant, okay. Did Kim send y'all something too? Did Kim send y'all something, or because I don't know if that was just supposed to be me and her, Ashley, Jasmine, and only. Did she show y'all something, or is that just me? I gotta go. Yeah, has it been an hour? Okay, I told Kim an hour. Thank you. Because I told Kim an hour, but I want to make sure. Maybe it's just me and her. Maybe it's just me and her, because I know it was kind of impromptu. Okay, so then it was just, okay, so it was an impromptu. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So let me just say this and then I'm gonna go, because it's an hour. It's a full hour. Who's pregnant again? Wait, I missed something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who's pregnant again? Kimoy, she's pregnant again. Who is pregnant again? What am I missing? Y'all got, what am I missing? Only you at only can you text me? Because I don't know if you're trying, I don't know if you're speaking coded or really? Come on now, Kimberly. Yeah. Yeah. Kimberly, we'll talk about that behind the scenes. We'll talk about that behind the scenes. You're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of you're gonna see a lot of what? Yeah. Kimberly, when we have our session on Monday, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some dates. We're gonna do some numerology around the court date. And we're gonna get into, we'll get into some stuff privately on Monday. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get into some stuff privately on Monday when we have our session. I forgot. I feel like, oh, before I go, I want to let you guys know this is the time to practice your magic. If you work in any magic, if your ancestors is coming in and they tell you to burn an incense and to say a prayer, to go to Psalms, whatever, and to recite this prayer. I don't think so. I don't think so. Only. I don't think so. She did not mention anything. I know she mentioned an impromptu, but I didn't know if she I know she mentioned an impromptu based on something we were having a conversation about. I just didn't know if you guys were joining. So it's probably just me and her. Okay. So all right. Practice your magic, y'all. I'm gonna show you guys tomorrow what I'm learning about sacred geometry and how you can tap into But I will be calling you guys I will be calling you guys later on today. I definitely have to call you guys later on today because it's a time thing. I need to do it today. So expect a call from me today. Something else I feel like because I didn't write notes down. I did not write notes down. I did not write notes down, but eventually I will share what happened last night. I just can't share it right now. I just can't share it right now. We're not. I can't share it right now. But let's just say that they definitely came through and was like, yeah, y'all are more protected than y'all think. Y'all don't even understand what's going on here. Okay. Yeah. All right. On that note, if y'all don't have any questions for me, my lovelies, I will be back here tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna be back here tomorrow. And tomorrow, is there anything you guys would want me to talk about? Is there anything going on in the spiritual realm that you guys want me to have a discussion about? Please let me know. And then I can really go in the spirit and pull out some things, or I can speak freely. But if you guys have a topic that you want me to talk about, especially containing this, the energy that we're moving through, and the energy that we're experiencing right now, or maybe just the walk or your extension process or whatever, let me know. And we could get on that. I am going to be talking a lot more about protection though, guys, because some stuff is coming through about protection. So I am going to be talking about that a lot more. Can you guys feel the warrior goddess like energy coming in? I feel that. There's something rising up, but I can't articulate it into words. This is what I was telling Kim earlier today. I can't articulate. I can't. It's not something I can put into words, but it's coming in with I feel bolder. Like I don't feel as fearful. I don't feel as fearful. There's a boldness that's creeping in, and I call it like the goddess-like energy. The goddess like warrior mode type energy, wanting to like call people out in their shit in real time. It's not that I'm in my feelings, right? But really, and especially if I feel like I've given you several passes, okay? It's kind of like, manning my boundaries, come on, we're going to text you the channel. Okay. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that only. Yep, it's like a new, yep, yep, you're trying to connect the dots. Okay, so Jay, tomorrow I'm going to speak about that. Okay, I'm going to speak about that because the dots are there. Okay, and once again, what you can start doing until tomorrow is really going back to look at 2012 up until currently. Okay, that is going to give you a big indication of maybe where you're rising. Okay, and it can also give you an indication of maybe some of the things that are coming back to tap you on the shoulder to see if you're really ready to let some stuff go and move on. Okay, that has to do with the sacred geometry of Venus. Okay, so please be mindful of that. Venus makes a 5-pointed star in her cycle within the 8-year circle. Now, if you know anything about Venus's energy, Venus's energy rules love. Okay, she's a planet of love. Okay, now, love sometimes don't always mean, sometimes when you love somebody or you love your kids, you got to discipline them. It doesn't mean that you don't love them, but sometimes you got to be a little harsh because so I want you guys to understand that she has two sides. She got the soft side and then she got the warrior side. So when she wakes up and comes out of retrograde towards the end of the month, she's waking up in warrior mode, the goddess mode. Remind me to share my experience with you guys yesterday. I saw Kali last night. Kali came through last night, y'all. And let me just tell you, fierce, beautiful energy. And at first I didn't recognize the energy and powers to Kim because as I was describing the face, Kim was like, that sounds like Kali. I was describing the face to Kim and the presence of this deity that appeared before me, right? And because I was kind of, I was a little angry. So when she came in, I was not happy. Like, it was not like, I didn't know that was her. I didn't know that was her, because I kind of like, oh, hell no, y'all. Oh, hell no, y'all not come. Like, so that's the energy that I was in. I know you motherfuckers ain't trying to come up in here on me. That's the mode I was in. Okay. And then she came through beautifully. Like, oh my gosh. If I have to say, y'all, so I'm going to share her message tomorrow, okay? I am going to share her message tomorrow. I just need time to process it. I need time to get out of my ego. I need time to get out of my ego. I need time to get out of my ego. I need time to get out of my ego. I need time to get out of my ego on this one, okay? And then as I get out of my ego, wow, sis, this makes sense. I wrote a poem describing her almost 2 years ago, and basically what I'm going through makes sense. See? Yep. Yeah. And y'all know we've been talking about Kali for the week now. Like, we've been talking about her energy for the week now. So that was a beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. And I'll share the message that she came in. So what you guys need to understand is she was like, first of all, we're protected. So y'all need to know that, first of all, we're definitely protected. Okay. Definitely protected. especially if you've been on your path of what you may consider to be righteousness. And righteousness is just like you not doing shit to people that you don't want done to yourself. Righteousness is you deciding to be mature about a situation because you know you're dealing with an immature motherfucker. You know, righteousness is you even standing up and talking up for yourself when you need to without breaking another person's down in the process, right? So that means even if you got to call somebody out on their truth, that don't mean that you got to break them down so they feel like they're a piece of shit on the floor. There's levels to this, and you women know what I'm talking about because we have a way with words where we can break people down with our words. So y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? So if you're on your path of righteousness and you're on your path of ascension, or you govern your own morality, okay? Because if everybody's really being themselves and everybody's governed by their own moral compass, right? We won't have a lot of the fuckery that happens in the world today. So if you loved yourself and you treated another person like you wanted to be treated, right? And checking within your own moral compass about what you deem is right or wrong based on love, right? We're not going to have a lot of fuckery going on because the world is not going to change by Kimoi just changing, right? Kimoi's world is going to change, but the collective is not going to change until Kimoi changes for herself, mystical mind, Kimberly changes, only changes Jay, Ashanti, deep calling on to deep. Once each individual person takes it upon themselves to change, right? And to live themselves righteously, right? And like I said, righteously means different things to different people. But when you live in a life of righteousness, even if you have to call out a mofo, you're not calling out a mofo to step on somebody else so you can feel better about yourself. You're not doing that shit so you can feel like you more powerful, right? You're not doing that. You're doing that because you're man in your L7, right? And you're creating your trines. They're invading your fucking trines within your universe. Come on now. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to share Kali's message tomorrow because I do need to leave, but I wanted to check into the community. So know that we got protections coming in. If you use magic, and I'm talking about candle magic, I'm talking about chanting, I'm talking about if you talk to the ancestors, I'm talking about if you create an altar, I'm talking about whatever you do, honey. Within your own spiritual sovereignty, now is the time for you to start working on your shit, okay? Get them crystals out, charge them crystals and this energy that's fitting to come in over this weekend, okay? Oh, I gotta go. They on Zoom, okay? They're on Zoom. I have to go. So with that being said, I love y'all. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Yes, the meditation. I am having a new moon solar eclipse meditation on the 21st, which is Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, if you are interested in that, you can make your $20 donation. Make sure you include the word meditation in your email address so you can receive the link. Okay. I do Reiki energy healing in my meditation, and I do tap in and contact the ancestors in the meditation realm also. So if you're interested, go ahead and make your donation and you guys can get the link, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Outside of that, I'll be back tomorrow to explain this energy in Kali's message, and I will see you guys later. All right, ladies, expect a phone call from me later on. I got to join Kim, okay? Bye, my loves. Have a wonderful day. See you guys later.